Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Hope you are doing well. So today I'm gonna be talking about obsessive or possessive or Yandere Male. But before we begin with the video, make sure to subscribe and like the video. So let's begin our list. Coming at number 1, we have I raised an obsessive servant. The main character is transmigrated after her death into the body of Urina Karthia, a 10-year-old noble girl who is the villainess of a novel that the main character read before transmigrating. Urina's destiny was to be the rival of the protagonist, who is also another noble child, for the right to become the next empress. She would die by the hands of the male lead and the protagonist's father, whose family gained the upper hand by finding and sponsoring an extraordinary mage among the common folk, Reynard, the male lead, who is also the original novel's second male lead. For some mysterious reason, the main character doesn't have clear memory of the novel despite knowing she should know all the details in the novel. However, she does remember how the protagonist's father found the male lead and decided to sponsor and find him first to gain his favor so he won't kill her in the future and take away the protagonist's trump card, which would have led to her family's demise. But she ended up raising a Yandere. This series is fluffy yet a little bittersweet. Read a little and you will find yourself wanting more and more. I really love the plot, the character development, especially Reynard's, the characters, also the plot twists. I also find the characters really adorable and I love their interactions. Urina is a really smart main character, but of course she is still scared to die. Reynard, the male lead, is also amazing and perfect for Urina. Coming at number 2, we have Blackmailed by Bossy CEO. This is a comedy story about a popular idol who was frozen out by the entertainment company and gained extra weight of 100 pounds out of depression. She ended up working as the servant in the bossy president's house. She helped the president to solve his problems in his social and love life. When she finally lost the weight and returned back to the show business, she found the president is actually face blindness and can't recognize who she is. She decided to continue her life as the best servant in his house. This is actually quite good. The female lead, from being coward and spoiled, become quite strong, and the male lead is not toxic and they support each other well. The misunderstanding drama is not drawn out stupidly. The female lead and male lead always talk to each other so that there is no misunderstanding between them. Unlike other Chinese mangas, the art is detailed and beautiful. Honestly, this is one of my favorites. Coming at number 3, we have Lamia Orphie is Dead. The story revolves around Aquila Theodore and Lamia Orphie. Lamia Orphie was supposed to become the future successor of the Orphie dukedom, but at 22 years of age, she suddenly decides to give up her own title because her brother's hand was injured and he was traumatized by Aquila Theodore. Her brother was a knight or swordsman, I guess, as far as I remember. In royal families, one child needs to be a knight, whereas the other child needs to be the successor. But since her brother was not able to wield sword anymore, she decides to give up her succession and make her brother the successor. On the other hand, the second prince, Aquila Theodore Benzar, has powers that transcend beyond that of a normal human. Notorious for being cruel and merciless as the son of the desert witch, he competes against his brother, the first prince Ethan Taylor Benzar, to succeed the throne. Lamia hates Aquila because of the damage inflicted on his brother by him, whereas Aquila vows his loyalty to Lamia, which shocks her. Okay, so I really need this manga to come back from hiatus. The first season is a little bit confusing at times, but once you figure out what's going on, you can see that it's basically setting up the main story in a way that makes me really excited. Also, the art is lovely and the male lead is very hot. It's dark and a little twisted, and I cannot wait to see where this story goes. For those who solely like to stick to basic isekai romance series that don't require you to think, this most likely isn't for you. This series is deep, intense and requires a lot of patience and thinking. That's only because the creator of this series intentionally doesn't explain every little thing. The artwork is lovely, but characters' personalities do swing from one end of the spectrum to the other. They can be very cold, ruthless, and unapologetic, but then can be kind, loving, and regretful. But overall, this is really good, and you should definitely give this a try. Coming at number 4, we have The Elegancy of Savagery. Irina Noriak, the eldest daughter of the Marquis, was entrusted to Count Ileona's Skuborg after her father's business continued to fail. All rights were handed over to Ileona, whom she has known since childhood. Now Ileona says to Irina that she belongs to him now and she has to abide by what he says. At first it will seem boring and toxic, no doubt, and I think this is what makes this story good, because the characters seem real. They are flawed in their emotions and their decisions. They are being selfish, but gradually as the story unfolds, they realize their mistakes, their selfishness, their misjudgments, and the guilt and self-resentment sets in, and they learn and grow from it. The art style is pretty. The male lead is a yandere. Coming at number 5, we have The Song of Theodore. Young, willful Princess Hilda longs to do what boys can do, like ride wild horses, practice swords fighting, and seeking adventure. But her strict father and spiteful stepmother see her worth as nothing more than an accessory for her future husband. Then she meets Latio, a brash and mysterious warrior prince who seems to be the only one who truly understands her. Their intertwining fates take them down a path of ruin and betrayal as dark forces bring two empires and a kingdom to the brink of war. The drawings are absolutely gorgeous, the world building is amazing, and the characters' arc are quite something. Everything is fleshed out completely. I also loved Hilda and the fact that there is a lot of talk about the role of women in society, and it's great. The romance in the story is also developed slowly. However, it is done so naturally that the tension is palpable and expected. Our main character is far from being perfect, which is pretty fresh. Not only is the art great, the fantasy romance story is a fresh breath of air from all the other fantasy romance manhwas out there. Coming at number 6, we have Irregular Emperor. Estella Arthur enjoys a lazy life, earning a night's wage under the persona of her fake twin brother Austin. But when the crown prince of the Elfenstein Empire comes offering piles of gold, all the cake she can eat, and a guaranteed divorce after 5 years in return for her hand in marriage, even she finds it hard to say no. Now she must dodge assassinations on top of avoiding anyone learning her true identity as a woman, pretending to be a man, pretending to be an empress. The female lead is adorable yet fierce as hell and could beat up anybody who messes with her. The male lead is a sweetheart and I love how he is absolutely smitten with her. The art evolved so much and is stunning in the recent arc. I really recommend this if you like strong and intelligent female lead. The female lead is so funny and bold, and her dynamic with the male lead is super cute. It's a bit of a slow burn romance, but it's really good. Also, the villains in this story are pretty unique too in their execution of their plan and their goals. Coming at number 7, we have The Duke's Hidden Baby. So, the female lead was actually an assassin, as I recall it, and a few years ago she was given the task to kill someone related to royalty or the male lead. But she eventually falls in love with the male lead. Then she betrays the secret organization by not killing him. After that, the female lead gets pregnant and hides from the male lead for years. She gives birth to a son and raises him alone. Years later, both the leads meet by accident and the male lead recognizes her and chases her. The female lead tries to run away as the secret organization is after her to take revenge. The kid in this story is very smart. I really like that. It's hilarious and the chibi art is just too adorable. I hope you guys have a good day. See ya.